Yo! Just kidding. Hi guys, Absolute Audits here. Welcome to another video. I'm auditing this police station in Bognor, Regis, as two separate people have emailed or commented saying this is their local station, and I come down. So here I am. On this occasion armed with lots of information. Oh, there's a little squirrel. Yeah. There must be more to it. This looks like where the back entrance is. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, just want to say while I'm here, hello and thank you to all the new subs since last time I said it. Approaching 4,500 now, which is pretty cool. Looking at me out the window. So yeah, I mean, and all the comments and everything. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, and and yeah, for those who don't read my community posts, I'll just give you a bit of an update on kind of complaints and things like that. So we've got, in regards to the Fairham incident the other day, I've started a complaint procedure for that, but obviously I can't identify the member of staff until obviously someone does it for me.
What are you up to?
Well, I'm just doing a piece of camera at the moment.
Okay, can you move it around, please?
No, because then that would kind of ruin it.
Alright, what's your name?
I don't need to give you my name.
Okay.
My story is about the police, so to get a visual of police, cars, etc. goes with the story. If I'm doing a story about the police and I film a brick wall, that's not very...
private, you're filming through private...
Are you aware of the law? I've got a copy of it here.
No, but you're filming through private...
But you're allowed to do that. I've got look, I've got permission here, look. Do you want to take a look? Okay, I've got a letter from Andrew Trotter. No? Okay, She's not interested. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, I've put in complaints about that lying civilian staff and that Boris Johnson style police officer who accosted me and was just awful at lying. I've also put in a complaint about my revisit to Chichester and that police officer who told me I was doing hostile reconnaissance. So I've put a complaint in about him, and I think from what they told me on the phone that he's actually civilian anyway, so I'm not sure what his problem was. Bit of a power trip maybe. But yeah, I mean, 101 actually hung up on me when I was trying to get information on him. I had to actually call the station direct, so it's kind of...
Hello.
Hiya.
How are you, right?
Yeah, not bad, you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Sergeant Coles.
Sergeant Coles?
That's it, Bognor Police Station, that's
So,
right, yeah.
shoulder number?
Say again, sorry?
Shoulder number?
Why would you need that, my friend?
Well, you just need to give it, don't you?
Okay, obviously we're just a bit concerned because you've been seen actually videoing staff number plates in the front of the police station. Is there any reason why you've been doing that?
At the front of the police station?
Yeah, just out the front there.
That's visitor parking.
It is, yeah.
So
Okay.
I was filming visitors.
Why are you filming visitors parking as well?
I wasn't filming that specifically.
Why
It's
you-
like I'm filming this at the moment, but I've also filmed a tree. I've also filmed that car, but it's not...
But why would you film visitors that go into the police station that may be victims of crime?
If there was anyone visiting the police station, I wouldn't have filmed them. There was
Right.
no one in this instance.
But you pointed out it's a visitors car park and there's cars there.
Yeah, but there wasn't anyone there, was there?
Right, but they indicate that they are visitors attending the police station.
Right.
Do you think they'd want that if they're victims of crime?
But I wouldn't film them.
Okay, and what's the purpose of your film? What will you do with the film?
Well, I'm actually doing a piece to camera where I'm telling a story,
Okay,
and the police cars are purely visual to go with the story.
okay, and what is the story that you're doing?
It's just about it's a matter of public interest. It's something that's happened to me, and I'm just giving my viewpoint on it.
And what is it in particular that's happened to you that you feel you need to stand by the police station and record?
I don't really need to tell you because it would ruin the story.
Well, it won't ruin it for me.
Well, it might do.
Right, okay. I mean, at the end of the day, obviously, it doesn't make sure that you're not a security threat to the staff here or visitors. You know, it's a little bit disconcerting. As an example, if I came to your house and started videoing outside, you know, you may...
But do you live here?
Do I live here?
Yeah.
No, but
So
I do
it's
spend a
not
lot
the
of
same?
hours here.
Okay.
I do spend a long time here, as I do with my colleagues as well. And so, because we've got victims coming and going, you know, it could be a little bit insensitive maybe. I don't know if you're planning on putting this on the internet. We just need to look about the wider picture, really.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
I haven't got a problem, personally.
at the end of the day, they're in public. I've told you I'm not filming them. I wouldn't put a victim of crime on the internet
Perfect,
just in
okay.
case.
That's great. That's absolutely fine.
But-
I would just ask as well, any cars that you've quite rightly identified that are in visitors' bays that may be visiting, if you could please refrain from not putting that on the internet. Okay.
I'll consider
Let
it.
me give you an example. For example, suppose
Okay.
that somebody's victim of domestic violence and they
Yep.
come into the police station to make a report,
Yep.
as an example, and then that gets watched by their partner later on, and they may say, "What are you doing here? You know, what's happened here? Why have you been at the police station?" It could put them in danger. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Well, actually, I have seen one person parking there,
Right.
and they didn't go into the police station. They went shopping.
Did they?
So they're using.
Do you know the car registration or the make or model?
I've probably got it on footage.
Okay, I'd
So
like
that-
to follow that up because people shouldn't be doing that, really.
So that's where it comes in useful, doesn't it?
Sure.
And if, say, a crime happened,
Yeah.
if say something did happen to the
Yeah.
police station tonight,
Yeah.
you'd want this footage to kind of
Okay.
see.
We do have our own security and CCTV, but thank you
Yeah.
anyway. I appreciate that.
But that's one instance where it's useful. And I
Yes.
mean, it didn't need to get to this point because the lady who came out,
Right.
I did try and explain to her that I do have permission to be here.
Well,
and I'm not
you're where you are at the moment. You're actually on a public highway,
I am,
so
yeah.
of course you don't actually
But-
need permission at all.
She told me it was illegal to film into private.
If you start coming into here,
Yeah,
there's
but
no
I told her I'm
unauthorised
staying at it.
personnel.
I offered to show her this letter from Andrew Trotter, but,
Who's Andrew Trotter? Sorry,
the Chief Constable of Metropolitan Police, 2010.
Chief Constable. I don't think
You can read. It's from 2010, but
so it's
it's
10
not
years
anymore.
old.
It is. But I
Right.
did email a few months ago to check it's still relevant, and they said that's still the active document that they go by.
So you're okay. Let's have a look. So in public place. So this isn't a public place here. You know that, don't you?
Right.
The police station's not a public
If
place.
you'd like to see the document underneath,
Right.
that's where it specifies in law that you can film a private place from public. I've highlighted them for you.
Thank you very much for that. It's very kind of you. So you do this quite a lot, I assume, do you?
This is the first time with documents.
But I mean, you go
Just
to
because-
presumably you go to police. If you've got a 10-year-old document in your hand, presumably
Not
you do this
just
quite a lot. Do
not
you?
just police, but
What else do you do then?
generally when you do public photography, people get a bit irate.
Do they?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, mainly private security.
Okay.
You know, a colleague of mine who does similar, he went to a COVID-19 test site,
Yeah.
and he was assaulted by 5 G4S guards.
Assaulted
Yeah,
by 5.
by 5 G4S
Wow.
guards on camera,
That's not good, is it?
because they don't understand that photography is fine in public. And that is kind of half the point of what we're doing.
So
so
your point is to highlight.
So half of kind of what we're doing is when we're telling our stories and things, we're gathering footage from places that maybe people might get a bit upset that we're filming,
Right.
and they try and kind of maybe push on your rights to say, you know, you can't film here.
Yeah.
You've not done that, you're fine. But quite
Right.
often people aren't maybe up together with the laws, or
I think
so it's kind of raising awareness.
I don't know what you think about it. I mean, just purely from a common sense point of view, I suppose if you've got officers dealing, you know, day in day out with some sensitive crimes, you know, we get threats made against us all the time and our families and things, you know, by people that aren't very nice. Clearly, you're not one of those people, but we do come across some people that aren't very nice. And actually, you know, we always have to bear in mind our own safety coming and going from work. You know, our vehicles being followed as an example. And I think the concern is obviously if this is going all over the internet and people's registration numbers and cars and make and models are out there, it's not great for us, if I'm being totally honest, which is probably why it makes people feel a little bit uncomfortable. I don't think that's unreasonable, just nature of the job we do. You know, it's out there fine, not an issue when you're recording the police vehicles, and if you want to record registration numbers of the cars out there, absolutely no issue whatsoever. But I think when you come to a police station, you know, where people's cars are parked, then potentially it could be a security risk. You know, we don't know who's viewing these things on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a bit concerning, isn't it? I think. Do you not think?
Not really.
You don't see that?
No, because at the end of the day, I can see this on Google Maps.
Well, you can't generally see the officers' cars on Google Maps. Not the registration numbers, anyway.
You can see all the security features of the building, so that's generally where people come
Absolutely
from.
fine. I think what I'm talking about is
but
actually the vehicles, the cars themselves, not necessarily the security
anything
features.
that's owned by the police, for example, all the registrations are on the internet anyway.
Well, the police cars are, but not necessarily the officers' personal vehicles. And I think that's the concern that people might have. And I don't think that's too unreasonable, to be honest with you. Just because of the nature of the work we do, you know.
Yeah, because we are a target, aren't we, for, you know, terrorism, and that's why people get a little bit sensitive, whether it is or security or public services in general. The police is included in that. We want to protect ourselves. And
I mean, one thing that I really do not like is when you mention terrorism, because there hasn't been an attack on the police in terms of a planned terrorist attack. Not since the troubles in Northern Ireland.
How many, out of interest there you say that, how many planned terrorist attacks on emergency personnel do you think have been in fruition that have actually, you know, been on sort of, been foiled, shall we say, by security services or other police officers? Do you know off the top of your head?
Oh, I don't. Do you know?
I don't. I know there's been at least, well, shall we say at least 2 or 3.
Right.
In my service. So I think, I don't know the exact answer.
Is that all with Sussex Police?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not.
I might make a freedom of information request, because that might be quite interesting, actually.
Yeah, please do. Be interesting, wouldn't it? So I think it answers your question. You know, I know you don't like the word terrorism. My colleagues just raised there. None of us do.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I think we just need to be, in the current climate and the way things are at the moment, I think we just need to be a little bit you know,
current
aware
climate,
and
that's like
conscious.
people who watch these videos could sit at home with a bingo card and they could probably dab off, because every time I come to a police station you get current climate,
Yeah.
terrorism. It's kind of like a bit cliche.
Well, it is and it isn't. I mean, I've been in the job 25 years, and the job has changed considerably from when I started.
Yep.
Considerably from when I first started. You know, and the threat, unfortunately, the security threat as it is, you know, as the whole country is raised.
Yep.
You know, from what it used to be. So there's a reason why the security services are raising the threat. You know, there's a reason for it. You know, you know, we didn't. Back in the day, we didn't have people running around with knives and guns trying to kill people on our streets. You know, we had the IRA, as you mentioned earlier.
Yep.
But you know, things have changed. Unfortunately, it's just a sad state of affairs. The way the world is in now. You know. Yeah. That's it.
I mean, yeah, I think you guys have been reasonable, and this is probably one of my best interactions. You've actually stopped and interacted, and
well, look, I've never met you before. I've got nothing personal
Well, I
against
mean,
you. You know, I'm just trying to point out to you why sometimes people might feel a bit.
Yeah,
you know.
I just think there's a way of doing things, and I think you've gone about it the right way.
Okay.
You know, you'll get looked on quite highly, I think, on the internet when this goes on. But I mean, there's negative aspects. I mean, 2 days ago I did Fareham police station in Hampshire,
Okay.
and a civilian member of staff made up a false report saying that I was in the rear of the station, interfering with whatever, and a uniformed member of police came out, you know, bombarded me with, you've done this, you've done that, and then as soon as I mentioned complaining about the false report and I had it on, she backtracked, and I think someone did count how many times, but she changed her story, she lied, she defended and it was just like the way some officers, she blindly defended someone that she didn't know, and she was like, oh, I'm going to check the CCTV. Check the CCTV, you know. It's just sometimes you have negative interactions, and I think there's a way of doing things, and hopefully by highlighting the bad, but also highlighting the good, the people who react badly might change their stance on photography, realise it's not a threat. You know, I'm just standing out here talking to a camera. You know, I don't have a gun. Although saying that, I was detained illegally last month under Section 44,
Right.
which, as you may have just read, was repealed in 2012.
Okay.
And that was with, I had permission from the place I was filming, and it was anti-terror police. They came because I was filming outside, detained me, searched me, and
I mean,
it's
the thing is,
complete unlawful, you know.
I think the concern is obviously, you know, I don't know you, people don't know you, you know, there's a lot of fanatics out there, and you know, until we have that conversation as we're having now,
Yep.
then obviously, you know, I get a better understanding of what you're about, and vice versa, hopefully. You know, I suppose the danger is we don't know who's watching your videos. That's the concern, and you know, what ulterior motives might these people have, and could they use your videos for their gain? Just as an example, which is I think is why it sometimes makes people feel a little bit anxious. And as I said to you earlier, you know, certainly if personal vehicles and cars, you know, staff, cars are all over the internet to see. And I mentioned about victims of crime as well. You know, I'd hate to think that, you know, it puts someone in danger, for example, filming outside the front. I know you said you haven't got anybody or filmed anybody going in.
Yep.
You did mention someone going to the, I think, shopping or away. Obviously, I'd be interested in that. But other than that, that's why we're here, really, just to make sure that you are not a danger, shall we say, to us. Clearly you're not.
No.
And that's it, really, as far as my intervention's concerned with you. I mean, you got any other questions or anything?
I mean, if I'm nitpicking about your dress code policies and the thin blue line flag, that's another thing that people comment on quite a lot, and they get a bit cross about it.
Understood.
Because it's a political statement, and there should be no political adornments on your uniforms.
Understood.
So, I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, I don't really have my own opinion on it.
Right.
You know, I don't have an issue with it. If you do, I'm sorry. Or if your viewers find it offensive, I'm sorry for that as well. But I don't personally have an issue with it.
I think some people find it offensive, some people don't care. But I think some people find it a bit political. And where it's against the uniform guidelines, that's where people get a bit iffy about it.
How's my hat? Is that all right?
Yeah, I think that's all right, isn't it? Is that a gender neutral hat, is it?
Gender neutral?
Yeah.
If you like, yeah.
Gone away with the old helmets and everything now, I think.
Well, we do have helmets sometimes, custodial helmets, depending on the operation we're on, you see.
All right.
Yeah.
But I'm not worthy of a helmet then.
You're not.
No, obviously
Join the
not.
police, you might get one.
No, thank you. I think I'll pass on that one.
All right.
But yeah, I'll leave you guys now.
Okay.
And,
All right. All good.
I'll finish what I'm doing and I'll be
All
gone.
right. Look after yourself.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for your time.
Take care.
All right.
See you later.
Cheers,
See
guys.
ya. Bye.
So yeah, I think that was quite positive. Yeah, I mean, I think that was definitely a pass. Some good discussions. Yeah, but as I was saying about my complaints, they're all in the process, but I think, you know, they like to drag it out as long as possible. So I think it could be a few months or so before I have any updates for you, but I'll continue to update you when I can. And don't think that I'm saying I'm going to take action on this and I'm not doing it. I am doing it. You know, they do have to be held accountable for what they do. Yeah. So hopefully this satisfied the two of you who asked me to come down here. Overall, with this and the COVID site I just did, that you saw a couple of days ago, quite a positive day. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. Cheers to everyone who subscribes and regularly comments. So, really appreciated. And yeah, until next time, AA out.